Planet of the Fakes 4 Kids. And Pig. Star. HH News. Killer who decapitated 8-month-old girl will be executed with a gunshot to the back of his head, and the child's mother faces 25 years in jail after they lost their appeal in Belarus. Killer Viktor Syrhel, 48, has lost his court appeal against the death sentence. He will be shot in the head for the cruel murder of 8-month-old baby Hannah. The child's mother, Natalia Kolb, 26, faces 25 years in prison for the same crime. A 48-year-old monster has lost his Supreme Court appeal in Belarus against the death sentence for killing and decapitating an 8-month-old girl. Viktor Syrhel immediately indicated in a Belarus court that he will waive his right to seek clemency from strongman President Alexander Lukashenko. This means the murderer will be shot in the back of the head by a Belarus state executioner for the cruel murder of baby Hannah. Viktor Syrhel, who has lost his Supreme Court appeal in Belarus against the death sentence for killing and decapitating an 8-month-old girl, mother Natalia Kolb, who faces 25 years in jail for the same crime. Baby girl Hannah, who was killed and beheaded in Lunanets town, Belarus. The child's mother, Natalia Kolb, 26, lost her appeal against a maximum jail sentence for the same killing. She now faces 25 years in prison. By law, only men can face capital punishment in Belarus, the only state in Europe which still imposes the death penalty for serious crimes. Footage shows the moment Syrhel nods his head in the negative after a judge said, "You have the right to submit a plea for mercy to the president." This was taken to mean he will not seek clemency from President Lukashenko. Natalia Kolb and Viktor Syrhel in court. Kolb, 26, lost her appeal against a maximum jail sentence for the same killing. The child's mother, Natalia Kolb, 26, and her accomplice Viktor Syrhel, 8, in court inside the residential block in the town of Lunanets where the baby girl was killed and beheaded, the residential block from the outside. By law, only men can face capital punishment in Belarus, the only state in Europe which still imposes the death penalty for serious crimes. Natalia Kolb, who faces 25 years in prison for the murder of her daughter. Earlier, Syrhel declined to appeal his death sentence, but his legal team anyway took it to the country's Supreme Court. Syrhel and Klob, a family friend, were drinking in the flat when they killed the defenseless child. Her husband Leonid, 28, came home with the couple's other children aged 4 and 6, and saw his daughter's severed head in a pool of blood. A neighbor said, he saw a scene out of the horror movies. The ambulance doctor fainted when she came in. Natalia and Leonid Kolb with their baby daughter on the day of her christening. Father of the killed girl, Leonid Kolb, in court. Leonid, 28, came home with the couple's other children aged 4 and 6, and saw his daughter's severed head in a pool of blood. Hearing in the Supreme Court of Belarus. Footage shows the moment Syrhel nods his head in the negative after a judge said, "You have the right to submit a plea for mercy to the president." Hearing in the Supreme Court of Belarus. Those facing the death penalty are blindfolded and forced to kneel. The child had 46 separate injured on her body and was killed with a kitchen knife. The baby had been badly beaten before being killed, and the murder was with particular cruelty. The closed-door session of Brest Regional Court Rue. Led. Those facing the death penalty are blindfolded and forced to kneel. They are then shot in the back of the head. The method is similar to that used in Stalin times in the USSR. More than 400 men have been executed in Belarus since the country became independent with the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991. Natalia Kolb. Her husband Leonid, 28, came home. Her husband Leonid, 28, came home to find their daughter's severed head. 15 shares. Related articles. Napoleon-obsessed historian, 63, who shot dead his lover, 24, with a 19th-century-style rifle and chopped her into pie. ISIS in Russia is not insane. Psychiatrist declares murder charges are dropped against 3 Russian sisters who killed their rapist father while he slept. Lukashenko has only spared 1 man during his more than quarter of a century in power. The EU and various international organizations have urged Belarus to stop using the death penalty. Lukashenko said last year he would continue to approve death penalty cases because people had voted for capital punishment in a referendum. Do you think I am happy about this death penalty, considering that I sign it, and then, put crudely, someone is shot, he said? But it was his duty. Legislators in the country are reviewing whether to recommending ending the death penalty. Natalia Kolb and her accomplice Viktor Syrhel in court. Full video link in the description. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow, hit the bell, and, if you get time, go to